Today I wanted to talk about a few aspects of my role as Minister of Local Government. This week we passed the first reading of legislation to extend the commissioners that are operating Environment Canterbury. That's not a decision that I take lightly. It is certainly my hope and my wish that throughout New Zealand local government works effectively, delivering for its ratepayers. But in the case of Canterbury Regional Council, for many years things weren't working well. An independent report done by government suggested that drastic action was required to make sure that there was intervention into the council. The appointment of commissioners was required to make sure that some of their responsibilities around water planning, etc., were occurring satisfactorily. Subsequent to the passing of that legislation and the appointment of 7 commissioners, then Christchurch was struck with those 4 major earthquake events. Though it was the intention of government at the time to return to an elected regional council for the 2013 local government elections, as I looked more seriously at the work progress of those commissioners, I realised that their job is not complete. And on that basis, for the good of Canterbury, I have passed into Parliament the first reading of legislation that continues with those commissioners until 2016. I accept that that's not a decision that will be popular with everybody. But having said that, as a Canterbury Member of Parliament, as a person that spends more time in Canterbury than any other part of New Zealand, most people are saying to me the commissioners are doing a great job. The commissioners are certainly more active and more involved with building good, steady relationships with other key stakeholders than the previous council ever managed to do. As the legislation proceeds now to a select committee, there will be an opportunity for Cantabrians to have their say. It is certainly my intention as Minister to initiate a review in 2014 so that by 2016 local government elections we have got back to a stage where we can promise democracy, being able to deliver effective local politics, local government to the people of Canterbury. The other piece of news recently has been the intention of government to put before Parliament new local electoral legislation. And this arises because of the John Banks issue, whereby the way that local government politicians are able to collect money for their campaigns and then have to declare who's funded those campaigns is far less rigorous than it is for me as a central government politician. Over the years, we have strengthened dramatically the legislation involved with central government politicians, but haven't taken the same attitude and attention to local government politicians. The new legislation tries to bring the two regimes together so that in future, any person campaigning as the Mayor for Auckland or for a community board in, say, Gore District Council will have to be far more thorough and transparent as to who is funding those campaigns. That's the standard that's imposed on me as a central government politician. That should be the standard that is imposed on a local government politician as well. So that legislation heads off shortly via Parliament into a select committee. There will be plenty of opportunity for people to make submissions to that legislation so that when it comes back early next year, it is the best possible legislation for local government politicians to operate under.